do you make of him? I guess probably first time you've seen him play.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing some of it, maybe at the Australian Open last year, 2 years ago, I'm not sure. But I've never seen him play enough to really know his patterns or what his favorite shots are and all those things. So it makes it more difficult, clearly, especially if you get in a tight situation. You might serve into the wrong place, you might play well, but might play into his strength. And I thought he was definitely the more consistent player out there. You know, he was dominating the baseline, so I tried to come in some and try to mix it up, but I was feeling really tired in the first set, and I don't know, I guess it's just still maybe some jet lag, maybe just maybe some nerves as well, you know, when I realized he was playing very well. And also was humid for some reason. I was not coping well with it. So as the match went on, I started to feel better. And obviously it was an unbelievably intense situation midway through the second set. I mean, it was unbelievably close there. And basically I had to elevate my game because he was not letting go. And thankfully I was able to come up with some good tennis then and push it to a third. And once I was in the third, I felt like I had a bit more of the upper hand, and I knew how to play him better. And I started to relax a bit, and that's when I could make the difference. But I was very impressed by him. He's a great competitor, great attitude, and moved well. And yeah, I mean, deserved to win today in some ways, clearly.
For you, you talked about maybe a little bit of rust at the start there. Is it good to have a long match like that? I mean, it's probably not what you want, but it's good to get some game time.
Like you say, I definitely got some rhythm out there. You know, got used to the conditions quickly. It was a 3-setter, 2 hours of tennis out on centre court. It's a good start. It's always good when you are still in the tournament because, you know, gives you an opportunity still to win. Clearly, I know I can play better. I need to play better probably, but at the same time, I do believe Millman played a very good match against me today, and eventually I had to play some really good tennis to come through. So that's something I can look back on and be very happy about, that I actually fought my way out of it, because those kind of matches make you really feel good about yourself.
Roger, when you've been around as many years as you have, how do you feel when you start out at a tournament like this? Are you excited again for the start of the new season, or you just kind of feel like you're going through the motions a bit, you know what you have to do for the Aussie Open? How does it feel after all these years?
Yeah, I mean, I was more excited because I've been here since Saturday. You know, I was excited that the tournament got underway, and I wanted to play a good first match, and then I realized very quickly I was very tense. Normally, after 3 games, you know, you relax, but I missed opportunities early, and then that's, I think, when I started to become a bit tense out there tonight. Even though I was actually playing well in the beginning, and was able to create chances, you know, and I had a proper game plan in place with my coach, and I was, you know, feeling good about how I was hitting the ball all this whole week. But first rounds are never easy, regardless if it's the first week of the year or the last week of the year. There's just something about it that's very complicated, because you're not just quite sure about the conditions, and I didn't know the player at all. So I'm happy to be through.
How would you compare your level of confidence if you have to compare with 1 year ago at the same time?
Last year was totally different because I was just, this would have been my first match with a new racket. So that was flying around in my head last year. This time around I actually played very well in the very beginning against Matosevic and Nieminen and all those guys. I had a good start to the tournament, and then eventually I lost rhythm through some doubles, and the Chardy match didn't help me going into the finals, but still it was a good week last year. I realized that my back was good, and I gained confidence through a good week here in Brisbane. Now this year I've had a good off season, you know, not that many doubts flying around like last year, not that many questions with the racket. The racket's been working very well for me. I had great statistics on my own serve, and on the return I just got to take my chances and play with a purpose. So I'm happy I get another opportunity to play again tomorrow, and maybe be a bit more aggressive, not feel so tired, all those things. And if I do, I got to check things out, why that is, if I need to prepare differently or not. But so far so good.
Roger, Bernard Tomic, who's on the other side of the draw, there's been a lot of talk about his improved maturity and also his movement and fitness out on the court. You caught either of his first two matches, and if you have, will you make of where he seems to be at?
Yeah, no, I only saw a little bit against Kokkinakis and not enough tennis for me to give my opinion on it. I mean, clearly it's vital for any younger guy coming up like Nick or Tanasi or Bernie to make sure that their fitness is taken care of. That should actually be out of the question that he even needs to improve it, because everybody will work hard. If he doesn't do it, somebody else will do it, you know, and he will start start falling behind. Basically, for hard work, there's no excuse, because that's something I believe you can control. Then it's about managing the tour, the grind, the travel, the pressure, the media, and all those things, and making sure you play the right schedule, don't get injured. Those are the things you need to learn quickly. You need to have the right team around you, but fitness as it is on the court is something you can very much control, and the fitness in the fitness room, it's something you need some expertise, you know, that can guide you through the right training program.
Roger, I'm from Japan, so I'm hoping I'll see you playing with Kay at the final.
Okay.
Would you tell me what you think Kay's strengths, Kay's unique strengths, especially in last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think he had a fantastic season. All of last year was consistent, from the Australian Open, where he played Rafa very tough in the day session, I remember, in Melbourne, until the World Tour finals. So he was very solid, very consistent, very dangerous, beat many of the top players on big occasions, and clearly his movement has always been very good, and his backhand. I think this last year he's also shown his toughness. I think he won a lot of best of 3-set matches, also best of 5-set matches. When it came down to the crunch, he was there, and also physically he was there. So I think he's really made a big step and a big improvement there. And also the top guys got the message that he's not going to go away. And I think that's why, maybe that's the biggest jump for him, in my opinion, is also in the mind of the top players, knowing that he is the player he is now. Doesn't matter what the score is, doesn't matter how long the match goes, you're aware that Kay is not going to go away.
Roger, up against another Aussie and James Duckworth in the next round, are you expecting a similar sort of match to what you had tonight?
Bit different. I think James's game is based more on the serve and first strike tennis, more than Millman, who goes into the grind and grinds you out and makes it physical. I think James likes to go for more on the return and on the serve, so I think we'll see shorter rallies, to be honest. And you need to be quick and agile in a match like that. I played him last year in 40-degree heat in Melbourne. It was unbelievably fast there. The conditions, the ball was bouncing all over the place. So I hope I can control things a bit better out there tomorrow. But he played a great match against Nieminen. He looked down and out for most of the match, but fought his way through, and now he can play free tennis, which is clearly dangerous, especially if he hits a big ball like he can.
Can you just explain what you did during off-season, and did it change something to play the exhibition for your preparation?
Yeah, I mean, I think the exos in India and at home for the foundation against Stan in Switzerland were good for me, because it reminded me where my game was at. And it's nice to play some competitive matches in a situation where you have umpire and linesmen and spectators. It's always nice. That's why I play the game. I mean, I clearly prefer that over training. Training, you're alone on the court. I mean, it's good fun sometimes, but for too long of a period of time, sometimes it gets a bit boring and you can't wait to get back on the tour. I think that's also one of the reasons most of the players like to play exos. It's not to chase money or do stuff. It's because it's an opportunity to play in a different, relaxed environment for a purpose for you and for maybe a city, a country. And for me, it's the same thing. And then training went well. I was in Dubai some, I was in Switzerland some, also for Christmas. And then I came back to Dubai, trained again hard with Goffin. And then I came here. So it was good off season, but was busy, I must say. And I'm happy that I'm playing this and the Australian Open. Then I got another break again, which I need again.